video is something that we should be prioritizing more and more.
Hi there and welcome to From Ideas to Results. I'm joined by Kathryn, who's Head of SEO here at Sleeping Giant Media, and we're going to dive into the biggest topics that have been happening in the world of SEO in the last 30 days. Kicking off, talking a lot about AI overviews at the moment. How have they been what changes have we seen and what impact are they having?
So obviously AI overviews continuing to develop all the time, and I think we're going to continue to see it shifting as things move throughout the year. Some of the updates we've seen reported over the last month, YouTube citations seem to be growing more and more, up by 25% based on some of the data that's kind of been researched by BrightEdge.
Do any reasons as to why that we're seeing that? I mean, obviously this is a Google property.
It's a Google property, so there's an element of maybe they're like self-preferencing some of their own content, but it's been particularly in kind of like the healthcare space, on a lot of instructional content, and also some in e-commerce as well. Things like visual demonstrations of products, unboxing type content as well seems to be being favoured quite a lot in AI overviews, which is interesting. There's also a point around Gemini 2 being multimodal, so it can now obviously understand more different types of content format and being able to cite video content even if there's no kind of text transcripts present as well.
Do you think that will, I mean, by default, does that encourage us to do more video content now?
Video is something that we should be prioritising more and more. So I think thinking about different content formats is really important.
We've seen the benefit of video generally, but now if they're also being pulled into AI overviews, if you want to feature within that, that's another reason to...
Exactly, it's another way of kind of getting real estate in that space.
We've seen some impacts on the click-through rate as well.
Yeah, again, there's been some data from a big study that came out which suggests that where AI overviews are present, there's definitely a drop-off in click-through rate being seen for organic results. So it's looking at, I guess, how we can be present there from a visibility perspective, but also looking at other ways to continue driving traffic.
We've got a talk coming up on the 27th of March where we're going to be exploring that idea around kind of zero clicks. It's a really big topic, and how to kind of make sure you're ranking specifically within those AI overviews to get that impression, but also how to kind of counteract that potential drop in clicks as well. So it's a really, really big topic at the moment. The other comment here was we looked at changes to the way breadcrumbs are featuring in the mobile results.
Yeah, so Google's made another update to the search results on mobile devices, basically removing that little breadcrumb link that you'd see at the top of the results. So kind of make the search results kind of more cleaner, streamlined. It's a visual UX update that they've made to search results. So you may well have noticed that those have now gone away.
Okay, but no major implications for that.
Similar to some of the other search result updates we've seen over recent months, the idea was about kind of making the search results cleaner and removing a feature that potentially users aren't even clicking on anyway. So hopefully minimal impact off the back of that one.
There's some broader updates when it comes to kind of spam. We've seen a lot of those in the last sort of 6 months particularly. But what's new with this latest?
Yeah, so Google basically released an update to their search quality rater guidelines, which doesn't directly impact sort of how sites rank, but it's the guidelines that their search quality raters review when they're kind of manually reviewing sites from a quality perspective. So it all kind of ties back to that EEAT concept, and it's really focused around sort of the spam policies and just tightening that up. We always recommend just keeping an eye on what's in those guidelines, because kind of adhering to it means that you're likely doing the right things.
AI mode, Google's release from Google here, or
potential. So it's been reported that Google are currently internally in early tests of a feature called AI mode, which from the screenshots that I've seen of it, it looks like a very similar kind of UI to like ChatGPT or like Gemini type of functionality. But I guess the idea is that users are going to be able to kind of ask more open-ended exploratory type questions. If that's maybe replacing some elements of search, or it kind of accessible from some of the Google search apps on devices, could that again impact that zero click future? So definitely one I'm going to keep an eye on.
Well, there we go. Those are the main things that are happening in the world of SEO. And again, if you'd like to find out more information or deep dive in some of these topics, we are running an event on the 27th of March. All loads of information is on our social, on our website, and we hope to see you there.